Hi friends! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I had great intentions of doing a really autumnal, fall inspired spotlight eye, nice cranberry, raspberry, red, black, a really intense pigment in the centre. I was going to use this one from Enquiries, which is their AMC Pure Pigment Eyeshadow in the shade 125, but I've completely changed my mind. I can't be bothered. But I'm actually still going to use one of these Enquiries pigments, but just doing something quite simple with it. I'm sorry if it's really boring, but I'm just not in the mood. I'm going to try and make it look quite, I don't know, extraterrestrial or something. So the Enquiries pigment I have here is in the shade 120, and then I'm also going to be taking the Carnival 3 palette, because in this palette here we have a load of wee shades, and I think this 120 AMC pigment pigment is sort of similar to this shade here, but it has more like pink in it or something. I think when I start my eyes first of all today, because I'm not want to destroy my base with these pigments or anything, so I'm first off going to prep my lids with the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. I'm just going to take the tiniest bit of this, just on a fluffy brush, just all over. So I think I'm first up going to go into the shade Grape, which is this nice purple shade here. And I'm just going to be using pattern motions. I'm just using like this side of the brush just to apply this to the lid. Just packing on that pigment first, and then we will go in and blend. See the purple shades in this palette? They are absolutely stunning. They're absolutely beautiful, especially like these colours here and this magenta. Like I've hit pan on it, it is so beautiful. I've used it actually a couple of times like off camera as well. It's so nice, but they're just, oh, I wouldn't necessarily be a fan of purple eyeshadow, and I know that some people's like, oh, how dare you, burn her, but they are beautiful. I've also just took that purple shade onto the lid as well. What is this called? Grape. Oh, I love that. Grape. So just cleaning off this wee brush then. Don't worry, I'm not cleaning this off on myself. I always have like my filming t-shirt here. It's absolutely minging. And I'm just going to go around the edges, and this is going to blur the line a bit so it doesn't make it, or so it doesn't look as harsh. It's just going to make it so much easier to then go and blend it out with another colour, or say the same shade or whatever. So I'm going to go into Bloom, which is this shade here. I'm going to be taking this on a Detail Diffuse Crease Brush from Sigma. So see, whenever I'm doing this, I use the lightest pressure ever. It's honestly as if I'm just tickling this eyeshadow onto my lid. I'm barely touching my skin. I'm just doing like the lightest wee brush strokes and circular motions. And the reason I'm using a really light feather-like motions and touches, let's just say, is because, as you can see, I'm going in and applying the shade, but I'm also blending it at the same time as I'm applying it. That first shade we obviously were packing on, and I was obviously just packing on really heavy, just willy-nilly, but I was then going on to blend it afterwards, whereas now I'm applying the shade but I'm blending it out at the same time. So I don't like to apply a shade and blend it at the same time, being really heavy and using a lot of pigment, because that pigment obviously has to blend out somewhere. And I kind of find that sometimes you just don't want to overblend. You just want to be really nice, and obviously it's best to build up your shadow to then just apply too much shadow, and then you can't go back from that. You can always apply more, and just doing what I always like to do, I'm focusing just in that one area first of all, and then I'm going to bring myself around and perfect these areas, instead of having to go back and forth throughout the whole lid. I kind of feel like you'll end up like skipping wee bits, or it just will look a wee bit messy. But if you just focus your blend and perfecting your blend in just one wee area, like cut your eyes into 3 wee sections, so like, or like 2 sections, so like the inner corner could be like a section, and then we have like this upper middle section, and then we have the outer corner section, you know, and just work in these wee sections to help perfect your blend. And I also like to blend and blend and blend and blend and blend until I have like very minimal product on my brush. Then I'm gonna go back into that shade again, and I'm gonna move over to my next section. I'm gonna do a wee bit of blackberry. I'm going to be taking this wee brush here from Buff and Blend, and it is the BB22 brush. Yeah. Oh, it goes with this eye makeup look. Nice. And I'm going to take I'm going to take the tiniest bit of grape, or sorry, bloom. I'm just going to kind of create my shape now. I'm just kind of like, I'm controlling the eyeshadow. I'm just trying to like move it in the shape that I want it to go. Okay guys, so I'm going to be taking this wee Revolution Pro Pigment, this one here in the purple shade, and I'm just going to apply this just all over the lid. Bringing that right up to the crease as well. So I'm just applying this down, or laying this down just as a tacky base. So that now, whenever I'm applying the pigment, it'll give it something to stick to. So we're just going on with the Inglot one. So I also took 2 other pigments from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. I took this one that I can't pronounce, but I'll link it down below, and Skylight. So I'm first taking this shade here. I'm not really wanting to be too fussy with like the pigment and stuff. I kind of want it to kind of look just extraterrestrial. Just like a mix match, just like a mix match of everything. I going in with this one. These Makeup Addiction Cosmetics glitters are honestly some of the most beautiful glitters that I actually have in my collection. They're absolutely stunning, such different unique colours and everything. They're beautiful. They can be used wet or dry, but I have to say, see, whenever they are used wet, they're a wee bit awkward to work with. So I'm just going to start on my skin while I'm letting these lashes dry. I've also just done my mascara, and I used the Maybelline Sky High mascara. So for my primer, I'm going to be taking this one from 43 Beauty, and it is the Hello Sunshine Brightening Priming Moisturiser. This is actually only the second time I've used this wee primer, and it's actually really nice. It just leaves a really nice soft illuminated look to the skin. It's very similar to the illuminating eye cream that they have. I did think that it was going to be as what's wrong with me today? I was expecting it to be like as intense. Yay, we got there eventually. As the eye cream, because the eye cream is very illuminating. But it's not actually, it's just a nice wee soft pearlescent glow. Like, I don't know if you can see or not, but it just gives such a nice wee soft all over and natural radiant look to the skin. So it does. It's so nice, and I would say this product would be really pretty even if you're not going on with foundation or anything. And then for foundation, I think in my previous tutorial I had mentioned that I'm kind of struggling at the minute to find some pale foundations. And I found one, and it's from Marc Jacobs. I do apologise, these foundations are discontinued as far as I'm aware. It's the Remarkable foundation, and this is the shade 10 Light Ivory. And I'm going to try it just to see. This foundation is pretty heavy duty, so I'm going to take the tiniest wee bit. There, that should do. So that should do like my entire face. And then I'm also going to take the tiniest wee bit of the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Rose. For my cream bronzer, I'm just going to take the Huda Beauty foundation stick. There we go. So that looks the tiniest wee bit better. Like, I think I've kind of found the balance between like bronzing my skin and warming up my skin, but not going too far where like it looks completely disconnected to my neck. And I think this wee foundation stick from Huda Beauty is actually helping quite a bit because it just blends out so easily. Not to the point where it blends out to nothing, but it just blends out so easily. But you can still see that there's a bit of warmth to my skin, but not too much. So I'm just going to set my under eyes in T-zone using the Be Perfect Cosmetics Shapeshifter palette. And I'm going to take Shell, which is this wee shade here. I'm actually going to do my lips before I move on to finishing off my base makeup. So I'm going to be taking MAC Subculture lip liner. I'm actually going to put this lip liner just all over my lips. And then I'm just going to take this wee MAC lipstick. I think this is Jamie Genevieve's lipstick. So, highlight guys, I'm going to be taking this wee Soap palette from Revolution. So there's two shades in this. I think I'm just going to go for this one, which is pretty obvious because it's the palest one. I'm not living my best life at the minute, I swear to God. I think I might actually tan at the weekend. I'm so over this. I thought I was going to be able to do this, but I don't know. Do you know, this is actually a really, really nice wee highlight. I've only used it the once and it was nice, but I'm actually going to take this Cherry Coke blush from Morphe, and it's in the shade Cherry Fied. Love that. I'm trying to go a wee bit light-handed with it as well. It smells so good. Oh, oh. Fun fact, I've never actually tried cherry cola. Or cola cherry. What do you call it? Cherry Coke. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. Never tried it. This is such an interesting formula. I can't really put my finger on it, but pardon the pun, but it's not a cream and it's not a powder, but it's like buttery. Like, can you see, like if I push my finger right in, you can see my fingerprint. It's like a putty texture, you know, like the Super Shock shadow textures from Colourpop, and the blushers, there's highlights, etc. It's that kind of texture. It's kind of like a putty texture, and it just has like a really nice satin finish. It's so nice. I just kind of wish that they actually would have came out with these in like other shades, because I think this shade, or this formula, sorry, it would be really nice in other shades. Although I'm saying that, I have numerous Colourpop Super Shock blushes in my collection that I could use that are in the exact same formula, so yeah, scrap that. And then for my bronzer, I thought I might as well just use this for my bronzer since I have it out already. And I'm going to try this shade here. Whenever I am tanned and I'm using this, this is the shade that I will use. So I'm going to go a wee bit lighter handed with it this time, and hopefully it doesn't look completely orange. So I'm just going to dust the tiniest wee bit, going quite light handed with it. I just went on ahead there and done my lower lash line. I just put that grape shade, this one here, just along my lower lash line. I just blended that out and that's all I've done, and just a wee bit of mascara. But I actually think I want to put a wee bit of Sansan in the inner corner to kind of just make it pop a wee bit more. I'm definitely wanting to use one of these shimmer shades because they're absolutely stunning. I'm not wanting to use anything dark, so definitely not Blue Moon or Starlight or Amethyst, but either a rose pink or pearl. I was thinking maybe pearl. JJ is quite nice, but I think it's going to be too dark. I want this to like really pop. So I think pearl. I have purple on my finger? You son of a... Are you kidding me? I contoured my nose with like a really big brush and it's like all over the place. See the way I have like, I shouldn't be pointing this out to you, but I have like a big blob of bronzer here and a big blob of bronzer here and I literally cannot get rid of it. I'm going to bring this right up as well into that inner corner, just within the crease. I actually really like that. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna put a wee bit more mascara on my lower lash line, but I'm not going to because I hate putting anything on my lower lash line. Disgusting. So guys, there we have it. This completes this tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching. All the products that I did use will be listed and linked down below in the description box along with my Instagram. So don't forget to go and follow me on Instagram and I hope to see you guys in my next video.